Hello. So I have been with Plexus for almost 4 months now, and I have kind of got to sit back and think, like, okay, why did I do this? Because I'm trying, obviously, I want so many people to jump on board because this has been the most amazing thing that's happened in my life. And I'm like, all right, how do I get people to understand why I have so much passion? Why did I do this? And I go back to what were my concerns and why didn't I want to do this? So I'm going to rewind before I even started Plexus. Where was I? Um, so a few years ago, I was working out because I wanted to be in the best shape of my life. I was about ready to be turn 30 and I had kids and I was like, I want to set an example for them. I want to be a good mom. I want to be in shape. I want to teach them healthy habits. And I wanted to be proud of myself. I wanted them to be proud of their mom. I think every mother can relate to that. They want their kids to see their best selves. And even our husbands, like we want our husbands to think we are so great. I know I wanted my husband to think, oh my gosh, she's more beautiful than she was when I married her years ago. And I used that to work out and be my motivation to get fit. And I had some hard days. I worked out really hard and it stinks. Some days, like making time for that and making time for yourself when you want to put yourself last was really hard to do. And then, so I have a couple different whys. So that was one reason why I started to make health a priority. I started doing more research. I started following Tone It Up. The Tone It Up girls poured so much into me. I really got a lot out of that just doing at home workouts because it worked with my schedule and I could make it work. And they taught me how to eat healthy and how to make those better choices and how to make eating healthy fun. And that's truly why I started my Optimal Health page. I have a page now on Facebook. It's called Your Best Self, Optimal Health by me. And just sharing what I've learned and what has worked for me because I've seen it work for a lot of people and just how to get past some of those valleys that you kind of get in and you can't get out of your rut. You can't accomplish what you want to accomplish. And so I learned a lot through that. Then fast forward to a little more in time. As I was doing that, I was working out, getting healthy, and I was finding fitness and how to be in good shape and eat healthy. Then my sister gets diagnosed with breast cancer. So that was about a year and a half ago, and I just I put myself on the back burner, which I said I would never do again because I'd felt so great, but I did because I wanted to. I had so many people reaching out to help Amanda, and I wanted to help Amanda in any way that I could, and I wanted to be there for her. And really, there just wasn't enough hours in the day to work out, and that wasn't really my priority at that point. I had two little boys, and that wasn't my priority. I was sad about that too, though, because I wanted that. I wanted to be fit. I wanted to feel good, and I noticed I wasn't feeling good again. I started to go back to worse eating habits. Like when you quit working out, then just everything starts to catapult back down to how you were. And I didn't like that. I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how my clothes were starting to fit. And I said, you know what? I prayed. God, I knew I was in a hard place. And I had to really step out in my faith when my sister got diagnosed with breast cancer as well. Because until you go through something like that with someone so close to you, there are no words to describe how scary it is. And it just breaks your heart. It breaks your heart to see someone you love have to basically poison their body to heal their body. And, I feel like so many of us went through this. Recently, it's been, well, everything causes cancer. It's just part of life. And when you have somebody you love get diagnosed, that's not a good enough answer. And the last thing that you want to do is go through it yourself, too. You would love to take away their pain. You would love to take away their treatments. But the reality was we couldn't do that. We had to face it. And we prayed a lot together. We prayed a lot for each other. We stood in our faith. We had a lot of people praying for us, a lot of people reaching out to us and being amazing. And that's really what carried us through. But what did I learn through that? So I learned you have to be your own advocate. You have to be aware of what's going on inside your body. And you have to pray about it too. And you have to find a doctor that you feel connected with and it's on the same level as you. I feel like there's some doctors that are going to be like, oh, you should do this, this, and this. And if you aren't feeling in your heart, if you pray about it and you aren't feeling in your heart, that's what you're supposed to do. Find a different doctor. Be your own advocate. You have to be. And you have to be your own advocate in your health. I think so many times people just kind of do what everybody else is doing. If cancer happens, it happens. Well, I tell you what, if cancer hits or sickness hits, it really isn't fun. And then you really wished you would have done something different. And I had seen my friends go through this. So I had been on the outside too. I had seen this happen to other friends. And I'd seen a friend of mine, her mother had got diagnosed with cancer and it was horrible. And she didn't make it. And my friend really tried to clean up her eating and tried to, and I almost thought it was like so extreme. That's so extreme, you know, like I don't know that I could do that. And then, so fast forward some more, my sister got through all of her treatment and she decided she was going to try Plexus. She started feeling better. She started having more energy. And to go through what she'd went through with chemo and radiation, you just don't bounce back with that kind of energy. I've watched other friends. It is very hard emotionally, physically, mentally, after you go through something like that. Now, I will say a huge factor in how well my sister did was her faith. If it wasn't for God, we would not be here. We would have crumbled into a million pieces because it was that heartbreaking for our family. Yet, when you pray and when you get closer to God and your faith grows, God is there. Even in your darkest hour, something would happen. One of you would message us or and just carry us through. And I don't forget any of those moments. It still makes me teary because I know some of you that weren't even close to me took the time to reach out and just show that you cared and tell me that you're praying for us. And that meant so much to me. And I know there's so many times I open up my Bible and God would just give me the perfect scripture for the day of how you're going to get through this day. And I just knew He was there. I knew He was there through every single moment. So my sister starts on these products and I was very leery. I wasn't like 100%, oh, this is God telling you to do this. And I don't know. I was really nervous about it. I was like, me to be very careful. And I knew she'd be careful because I knew what she'd been through and I knew she'd done a lot of research. And as I was skeptical and digging through and trying to find anything I could negative about Plexus, I just couldn't find those. I couldn't find that. And which got me to the position of, okay, I'm going to try this. And within a couple of weeks of trying it, I started feeling better and I started to realize the whole picture. I really believe that God created our bodies amazingly. We have no idea the potential of our body when it's in balance and more healthy. We have no idea. I think that comes for a performance athlete. I think that's for a day-to-day mom. I think that's for a working man who needs more focus and trying to provide for his family and needs to be his best self. That's why I believe these products are so good for anybody. So I know that brings you the question, well, if God created our bodies so wonderfully, then why do we need Plexus? God didn't intend us to eat what we eat. And I don't even care if you eat healthy. He didn't intend for us. He created our body perfectly in a world that has no sin and no all this bad junk that we have that we're eating and putting in our bodies. I don't think He intended for us to live off of those kinds of things. And we've all been on antibiotics and things like that throughout our life or medications. So we don't live in a bubble. If we lived in a bubble, we wouldn't have to worry probably so much about outside toxins, stress, all that kind of things, all the medicines and the food that we eat, all that comes into play and causes toxins within our body. And, you know, I talked about how 80% of the population is deficient in magnesium. And why that should be so important to you is that magnesium is what helps our cells function properly. It helps the insulin work more efficiently. And that's so important. And what's happening, I think I made a video on this about our blood. So when our blood has all these toxins built up in it, our blood wants to become alkaline. So it's leaving those toxins in our cells. And our cells don't really know what to do with that. They're either dying because there's so much toxic overload, or they're multiplying, and that can multiply into cancer. That is a very real thing. And so when we have all these outside factors coming into play, it's important that we aren't deficient in nutrients that are essential for our body to function properly. So things like chromium and magnesium, these are all nutrients that are a necessity for us to function. And I think that's what is so interesting about Plexus and really comes down to my why. what is my why now? My why after I've joined is I really feel that these products can change our country's health. I believe that 100%. I wouldn't be behind a product that I didn't believe 100% in. And I feel this is a catalyst to optimal health. Um, and when we take care of those deficiencies and when we're not deficient, it's amazing how much more in touch we are with our body. Those coughs, stuffy noses, the sickness that we have come on us, or itchy eyes, or we think we're gluten intolerant or lactose intolerant. We just accept those, or we tell ourselves, I'm a mom, I have 2 kids, like this is normal, I'm tired, don't find me a mother out there that isn't tired, that's raising their kids, and blah blah blah. And I think we just slowly accept all of this. And well, everybody has sugar every now and then, everybody drinks coffee every now and then. And I have just realized, I had such a good talk with a friend. We went out to eat on Sunday, and she had not told me. She started Plexus before I did, and because she had seen somebody that worked at a local store, and she's like, she lost so much weight. She looked amazing. I went in. I was desperate for a change, and I said, what are you doing? Because you look amazing. She'd lost tons of weight, and she just looked amazing, happy. And she said, well, I started Plexus. And she's like, so I ordered from her. I didn't tell anybody. She goes, I haven't told anybody that I'm doing this. She's like, because I wanted to know for myself that this would work. And I was just like, I can't believe you've done this, and you didn't even tell me till now. But we were laughing about it, and I said, so how do you feel? I was like, what products do you take? So I'm all excited. What products do you take? She's like, well, I take everything. And she was like telling me everything she took. And she was like, what's crazy is she's like, I just don't crave any sugar. She goes, I'm satisfied with meals, and I'm just happier. And I said, those are all things I feel like. I'm more patient with my kids. I'm happier. I am the fittest I have ever been, and I'm not working out right now. I'm not working out hardcore, and I don't think I'm ever going to have to work out that hard again. Do I want to do things for my heart to be healthy? Sure. I want to go for a run, go for walks. I want to take in God's creation. Like, I am so on fire for this company because I truly believe that God did place this into my life. And why I believe that is because of the people around me on this team. It has made me really reevaluate the influences in my life and my attitude. I've become more positive. I've surrounded myself with more positive people. And how contagious that is. So many people in this company have a deep faith in God. And I just relate with that. That makes my heart, that's my love language. I love for people to feel good about themselves. I love to hear God working in people's life. I love to be there for people and help them in life. That's truly what my passion is and my heart is. And I wouldn't care if I got paid $1 or millions of dollars. Like, that is what makes me happy, to help other people. This company, I didn't join this because I needed another job or we needed another income coming in. That is not at all. That's not at all why I am where I am. And I honestly started these products for myself to feel better. And then now I feel like the whole world needs these products. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm sharing. I'm going to share with the whole world until I hear no from everybody, because that's how much, every time I have somebody join and they try these products, they start feeling amazing and they start finding answers that they have never found before. They have tried medicines, they have tried everything, and it's only made them feel worse. And I got that call from my friend the other day. I shared that video, that testimony video the other day, about my friend who was in a really bad position, and she knew what the future was going to bring for what she was getting diagnosed with. And just to hear like the inflammation in her small intestine had went down dramatically, and her doctor's advice was just continue on Plexus. Whoa, that is so huge, you guys. And to have doctors locally, I just talked to a friend, and I have a doctor local, and she said that she's going to start recommending Plexus to people before medicine, because she believes in it that much. And she's just been on the products for just a short few weeks, I think. So, but she's researched the ingredients and she believes in it that much. And I do too. I believe that this company is in the infancy. If you're like, why haven't we heard of it till now? Because only like 2% of the population knows about Plexus right now, knows about these products. I believe this is going to be huge. I want people to join me because I believe this is huge. I feel like this can help your family. This can help you. This can help anybody. And don't sit here and say, well, I don't really have any health problems, because I don't believe that. If you aren't doing supplements and good supplements, you are not 100% your best self. I know that for a fact, and I know that because I've had people that thought they felt okay and we're going to do this as a preventative, and they're like, oh my gosh. And we all have the same conversations. I sleep so much better. I thought I slept good. And then my people that don't sleep good are like, oh my gosh, this is a godsend. I needed this. And so that's just why I believe what I believe. And that's why I am where I'm at right now with these products. And that's why I just continue to share. And I want this for everybody. I want you all to feel better. Right now, I am a better mom. I'm more focused. I get more done throughout the day because I have more energy. I'm happier. There's just so many blessings that are in this, and it's connected me with a group of women in particular. There's men on board too, and a lot of great guys. I have some great guys on my team that have been amazing as well, and I love hearing from them. They send me text messages, and one of them's getting their mom on board, and I love hearing from them. But to talk to the other women in this company, and they aren't even on my team, but just other women, that we share the same desires in our heart. Our love language is the same thing. We want to help people, and that's truly what our passion comes from, and that's why we have so much belief. And when you listen to their videos, or when you listen to what they're writing, I just connect with that because I want this so bad. I don't believe that God intended for us all to be suffering at such young ages, or even older people. I don't really believe that we should be suffering with what we're suffering with. I have felt in my heart for a long time that there was going to be a cure for cancer. I've just felt that for a long time, and especially I felt like there was confirmation of that as my sister was going through and what she went through. And I'm just so happy to see my sister be cancer-free and done with her treatments and focusing on, I really believe in my heart that this is going to be the healthiest she's ever been. Continue to watch her journey. Continue to watch me. Watch how we look. I mean, I think that if you're inwardly healthy, your outward appearance is going to look better too. And I just see so many people, like, turning back the hands of time. They look more beautiful. Their skin, they're at their best. They're in the best shape of their lives because of these products. And it's just been such a blessing to see that and witness that and be a part of that. I have people telling me all the time, thank you so much for sharing with me. This is going to change my life. And it's changing mine. I'm like, I know it's changing my life too. And I'm so glad that you took a chance to try these products. And literally, you guys, it is 30 to 60 days of trying these products. And if you don't like them within the 60 days, we can return them. So what do you have to lose? What you have to gain is huge. I just really believe that to feel your optimal health, to feel your best, to be your best self is amazing. And I'm more aware of everything that goes different in my body. As before, if you would have like bloating or something, you're just like, oh, that's, I'm bloated because of this. Like, I don't have the bloating every day. And I just feel so much better. And I want that for everybody. I want everybody to be more aware of what their body's doing, because if you are having even the smallest things, allergies or whatever, the smallest things all the time, or you're dealing with sickness or headaches, that's not normal. And the scary part is if that keeps building, or you keep taking medicine for something, you're adding to your problems down the road. And I don't believe that you're going to be better until you focus on the root issues. And what Plexus is doing is it's focusing on the root issues of inflammation and blood glucose and your gut health. And those three are so important right now. I really enjoyed following Dr. Axe. He's a holistic doctor, and he's amazing, guys. He talks a lot about eating fresh vegetables and fruits and just balancing our diet that way and getting nutrients that way too. But he talks so much about our gut health and leaky gut, and we all think that that doesn't affect us. Well, 80% of the population has candida overgrowth, and that's bad gut health. That means that your bacteria in your gut is not balanced. You have a lot more bad bacteria than you do good. And once you start reading about it, it makes sense, because we're not doing anything to promote the good bacteria in our gut. We're just feeding that bad bacteria, especially with the starches and the antibiotics and sugars, that's just feeding that bad bacteria and is an overgrowth of it. So until we get back in and promote the good bacteria with a good probiotic, and it needs to be a quality one that actually makes it to your gut, and that's what I love about ours, because it literally makes it to your gut. Um, Ours is freeze dried; it's not a refrigerated probiotic, and you probably always heard, well, the refrigerated ones are the best. No, ours is freeze dried, and it also can break out the outer shell of that. Candida yeast is really tricky. It doesn't like you to break into its shell. And we have digestive enzymes that go in there and break that shell down and get into the candida and actually kill it. So, and remove those toxins from your body. So that's very, very important to have good products and to have the ingredients that we're deficient in. Anyways, I'm probably making this longer than I wanted to, but I wanted you guys really to hear my why, and that's truly my heart of hearts. That's what my why is and why I'm doing these products. And then I also just feel like God has just used it like so good. He is so good. He has blessed me tremendously. He's brought people back into my life that I haven't talked to in years. People who I absolutely love that I haven't got to talk to. I'm getting to help them, and that's fun because part of me wonders, maybe that was the whole reason that you're brought into my life. I've been starting to get really involved with my local church, and I love it. Love it there. I love the people there. And I just wonder how big this is going to be. What is God going to do in our health and in America's health? To be your best self and to be, I feel like if we can be our best self and our bodies can function how God intended them to, we are living our life for Him, and our body is as His is the body of Christ. We are the temple. So we need to take care of this body that God gave us and not just sit there and say, well, everything causes cancer. I guess I can't do anything about it. Be your own advocate, please. Be your own advocate. Pray about this. Ask God what you can do to be a better you. It just feels so good to be your best self. And I love you all. And I really, really, if you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to help and share. And don't feel like just because you reached out to me to ask about the products that I'm have any expectations, because I don't. I truly want this to be your decision to do this. And I tell people that all the time. If they're on the fence, I am here to support you and answer questions, but I want this to be your decision. This needs to be your decision. And I want you to be confident in moving forward. And I want to help you. I want to help you be your better self. So, and if nothing else, follow my Optimal Health page. I want a lot of people to get plugged into that, because I do feel like I have a lot to offer to teach, and I feel like if you know better, then you will do better. So, like I said, would love to share with you all, and thanks so much.